Welcome to Imperator Rome playthrough, Making Phrygia Great. And today we're going to be starting a new campaign trying to ensure that Phrygia doesn't fall completely to pieces. Now, this campaign is going to be in 1.03, I believe, of Imperator Rome. So we still haven't gotten any of the cool new features where they delete mana and do all that nonsense. But we're still going to give it a try because it's still about a month away before all that drops. So I want to get in a good playthrough, see how we can manage the systems in here. And during this campaign and this playthrough, we'll probably be talking a lot about the criticisms of this game and why I am actually playing it. So let's go ahead and get started with the Phrygia, and we can go ahead and read the description here. Phrygia is the most central of the successor empires, boasting a sizable army, navy, and economy. Antigonus himself is the oldest of the successors and is viewed with distinct enmity by his peers and neighbors. With a large number of dependent states, Phrygia must balance a bitter diplomatic situation, disloyal subjects, and an ailing ruler in order to succeed. Oh yes. Oh yes. And we will be playing with mixed gender rules because, I'm not going to lie, women are pretty much useless in this game, for the most part, as far as I can understand. So, yeah, I hate that. Because in real life, they weren't nearly as freaking useless. But there are no real game mechanics other than marriage and children that involve any of that. There's no familial stuff or any of that, prestige nonsense that comes with any of that. So we're just going to go ahead and start. Political map mode. Player. Yeah, that's it. That's me, Tango Hotel. Okay. Alexander the Great. In Babylon, 18 years ago, the Argrid king Alexander died suddenly at the age of 32. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing military successes had reshaped the world known to the Greeks, his empire stretching uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus. The shock of Alexander's early death and his lack of chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of satraps and generals who attend him, splintering his empire into elements ruled by these potentats. I think that's how you say that, styled as the Dodaichi. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their spheres' influence into the conflict. These wars of the Dodaichi will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to Phrygia to decide how they will end. The die is cast. Bam. Okay. First things first, we are just going to look around at the map and see what we got going on here. Okay. So it looks like we have ish for armies. 1, 2, 3. Like for a country this big, our armies are pretty small, especially considering how much manpower we actually have. We only have 69,000. That's kind of weird. How do we have more manpower than we're supposed to? Interesting. Okay, so the first things we're going to do is we're going to look at our unrest. So there's a lot of unrest down here. So we are going to assign to the region that guy. And what we can do is you can pick your army, say this guy, and you hit this right here, and it attaches him to this region right here, which is Palestine. And this will allow him to lower the unrest, which is pictured here. Excuse me, which is pictured here. There. See. And we have unrest due to unhappy pops, and they're unhappy because they are of the wrong culture and religion. They are Aramaic. I can't pronounce that, excuse me. Aramic and Jewish. And our base culture, all you got to do is go to your capital city of Antigonia. And as you can see, we're Macedonian and Hellenic because that's what our ruler is. And we are an aristocratic monarchy. And we'll get into that here in just a minute. But I just wanted to go through this real quick just so we can take care of it because we're about to have a deal here. Okay, so we got another army over here. And as you can see, this army is in this entire region right here. So that's the part of it. So now if we hit assign to region, the places that are in unrest over here still get the governor local troops, which is 5 down from the top, the 5th line down. Governor local troops minus 1.64, which is great. And there's some unrest up there, so we just take our last 1, and we just march their happy asses up there, and we'll assign them to that region as soon as we get up there. Now, another thing is that as far as the map modes go, this is what the map modes are, and this one is the terrain map mode, which is quite nice. It's very pretty, but it's not very useful, to be fair. A lot of times it's hard to tell whose territory is who. The simple terrain map mode is pretty good as well. It tells you what things are: hills, plains, farmland, deserts, all that kind of stuff. If you notice, our main province here has a few deserts in it. The way that this game works is that each of these little squares is a city, and so this is a city, this is a city, this is a city, and each of these cities is in this province. So it's in the province of Syria, which is also in the region of Syria, which you can't see because freaking UI is all up in the way. Yeah, see, there you go, Syria. All right. And it also says it right here, the province of Syria in Syria. This is the province of Lycia in Cilicia. Yeah. So it gets a bit confusing, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. So because this is all about keeping the empire together, one of the first things we need to do, in my opinion, especially for this kind of playthrough, because unrest, especially in many areas of this game, just starts off huge. It's huge. It's huge. The reason unrest is so huge is because of the differing cultures and religions. Now, you would think, you know, diversity being a strength, this wouldn't happen, but this is a simulation of reality, so that's not really how that works. And unfortunately, especially back in the old days, way back when, what is this, 304 BCE? So yeah, well over 2,300 years ago. Yeah, that was not a thing. Not at all. And so being conquered by a foreign empire and being ruled over by people who weren't of your culture and being ruled over by people who weren't your religion, people didn't like that. They didn't like it at all. And so they get unruly. And the best way to stomp that out is to do this, the Blessing of Tyche, National Unrest. This is about the only thing you can do with your religious power, by the way. This is religious mana right here. And you can do a sacrifice to the gods, which increases this number, your stability, which has those benefits: national tax, legitimacy, recharge points, ruler popularity gain, loyalty of subjects, and also lowers the cost of the sacrifice of the gods. And we'll get into all this of what this does, but at the very beginning you have just enough points to do a blessing, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do National Unrest minus 1.1. That way, when we go back to our Unrest map mode, it's a little bit less. It's not much, but every little bit counts when you're trying to like keep your conquered peoples together. All right. And let's see, we're also going to do decisions. Now, to enable women to serve as governors and whatnot, we have to embrace social equality. Now, this most definitely was not a thing back in the day. But the thing about it is this game does a very poor job of simulating how the type of power that females had, because they didn't control militaries or have governorships. They had other ways to influence things, and so it does a very poor job of that. So one of the easiest ways to make half the population actually useful in this game is to do this, and we're going to do it. And it does cost 100 oratory power, which sucks because oratory power is used for every freaking thing, but we're going to go ahead and use it. So, and the main reason is because I like meritocratic systems where the best get to do the jobs. And unfortunately, when you look at some of these things, you notice that, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a 16-year-old girl who has 9 military. Look at that. Look at that. Look, there's more. There's 4 of them. 5 of them. 4, 5. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Whooping the butts of all these guys right here. So they can suck it. They can suck it. Yeah. Anyway. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to do the... we've got a thing here. Unused trade routes. So we're missing one of our trade routes here. And trade routes allow us to import something allows us to import something into our province, which is pretty good considering the type of bonuses you can get. As you can see here, grain gives you let me see here. There we go. So having 1 grain gives you 0.1 population growth. Having a surplus, which means more than one, gives you an extra 0.05. And when you have a bonus in the capital, which we do, it gives you 10% manpower. Now that only means that that it increases this number right here by 10%. So it doesn't actually increase anything else, which kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. And as you can see here, we're importing silk because we don't make it. You don't see it here anywhere. What did dates give? Dates. National commerce income. Wow, nice. And it gives local freeman happiness for the surplus. Now, glass is really cool because it gives bonus to commerce income, although our commerce income is not very high, unfortunately. So we're just not going to have to worry about that. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick something that will help us out. Now, I was going to do vegetables because the surplus gives move slave costs, but moving slave costs doesn't really mean much because I'm not going to be moving slaves. What I really want to be doing is I want to be moving citizens. That's what I want to be moving. Ruler popularity gain, tech investment, call omen, integration speed. That's pretty cool. Civilization level. We'll discuss that here in just a minute. Research points. Ooh, I need to bring that in there. Yeah, surplus in the capital. Religious tech investment means that your research points, when you put them into tech, it gives you more. That's all it really means. All right. Diplomatic citizen output. Okay, we can't get access to that though. Why not? Oh, no one has it. Okay. Yeah, so if you click on it, even if it has an X on it, it'll show you who has the thing that you can import, but and why they might not be able to import it. Like here we go. As you can see, we can't get woad X and trade not possible, but it does show who has it and tells you why. Request trade route rejection, they have -5 reasons. They don't care, which is +10, but their opinion of us is low, so that gives us a -5, and the distance their city is from our territory, from the edge of our territory, is giving us a -10, which is giving us a total reasons of -5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down. And like here we have -72, because if we do this, they will lose their capital bonus. I mean, if you want to make your tribesmen happy, that's fine. Okay. So, what else do we have? Precious metals, citizen promotion cost. Ooh. Oh, we can't get a surplus. We don't even have precious metals. Is there not national slave happiness? Do we have olives? We already have olives. Okay. We can get another grain, which just give us more pop growth. More pop growth. More pop growth. I'm looking for what will give us, if there's any way to lower the cost of moving citizens, and it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. We are importing silk, which gives us commerce, which is cool, and that's okay, and local freeman happiness for whatever that's worth. I think we're actually might import grain. Yeah, we're going to import grain. And as you can see here, we can actually import it from our own country, and I think that's what we're going to do, mainly because if you look at the very bottom, it will tell you how much you earn each month by exporting it, right? But if you go down here, oh wait, no one else will give it to us. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and who's got the most? 0.6. Syria, Solis, yeah, let's do it there. And where's the other province? Where's the other province? Syria, Solis. So they have now lost, this is where I'm importing it from, right? And they have now lost the access to that grain. So it's pretty cool. One of the biggest issues with trade routes is that to set them up requires you to spend your civic points, which is, you know, it is what it is. And eventually, as far as I might do a video on this here in a little while, that they're planning on getting rid of mana. And so military power, civic power, oratory power, and religious power are probably all going to disappear or they're going to have like different connotations. Because one of the biggest problems with the game right now, and one of the biggest criticisms that people have, is that this mana strategy, especially in this particular game, is very anti-strategy. Because a lot of times you just spend time spinning your wheels, running by time, just to collect these powers, and that's, you know, it is what it is, and we'll figure it out. So I think the first thing we're going to be doing is getting property tax, because our tax income is at 24 gold a month. It's the second line down, plus 24. Commerce is plus 7 on the third, and our tributes give us, you know, 0.47. And then all those below that are the maintenance costs, which is not very big at all. So we have a plus 10.74 surplus, so we earn 10.74 gold every month. And so if we do, these are technologies, excuse me, this is the technology screen, and these are the inventions that are available. And I'm planning on getting this national tax right here, because it would probably benefit us more than commerce, due to the simple fact that 5% of our commerce is less than 5% of our taxes. So we're just going to go ahead and grab that. And down here, we can also see tech speed. 5%, we're going to get that next, most likely. And then omen power, and then maybe fabricate claim cost. There's a lot of cool stuff in here that we're going to get. Some of it kind of sucks. Yeah, diplomatic reputation is pretty good. That increases your people's opinions of you. Army morale recovery is pretty good. National tribesman happiness, I'm going to have to get that eventually. But one of the first things we're going to do to blow all our money, so blow all our mana, is we're going to pick some ideas. And one of our first ideas, which you could pick from the what screen is this? National overview screen. As you can see, we're in an aristocratic monarchy, and he is our leader. And aristocratic monarchies, the leader is for life, and a new leader is appointed upon the death of the king, as it were. And I believe they're called Basilia. So, Antigonus is the Basilius of Phryiga, which means he is our king. And technically, I am playing as the Basilius, and so whoever is the Basilius is technically your character. If you were playing a Republic, whoever is in power at the time is technically your character who you're playing. It doesn't really work out that way very well in Republics. I played Rome pretty extensively, and it kind of, you lose a lot of the personal stuff that they try to get you to do with all the making friends and all that kind of nonsense. We'll get into that here in just a minute. But the first thing I picked was monthly corruption. And then the next thing I'm going to pick is probably nothing yet. I really need to go ahead and pick it, so we'll just go ahead and pick it. So we're just going to do this. And so, as you can see, I've only got 2 selected. And I got this one not selected. And you see this X right here? This means I'm not getting this bonus. So once I select a military idea, and I have these 2 oratory ideas, I will gain 2 of all powers, national citizen happiness, which is frickin' great, and monthly tyranny reduction, which is okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and unpause it now that I've done blown my load, and there's not really much else we can do. And once we get some more power, we are going to start moving some citizens and promoting some stuff, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, the political situation has evolved quickly since the start of the Dodaichi conflicts. Every state in the Hellenic world is deciding who to support and hoping that they will have back the right horse. The kingdom of Epirus is strategically placed to be a thorn in Macedonia's side, and King Phryius surely has an axe to grind with Cassander, whose army slew his father. I'm assuming Cassander is the Basilius of Macedon? Yes. The marriage of Phryius' sister, once betrothed... I'm not going to try to pronounce all these names. I'm just going to butcher the crap out of them. Once betrothed to the late son of Alexander the Great, to Demetrius, heir to our kingdom, has been suggested for some months. The Epirotus could be just the friends we needed. A perfect match. There we go. After long months of deliberation, the marriage of Demetrius and her and the princess has finally gone ahead. Upon her arrival in Phrygia, her chariot was escorted into an opulent procession through the Antigonia to the royal palace, where she bit the ceremonial apple presented by Demetrius. Interesting ceremony. They were then married in a lavish ceremony attended by hundreds of guests and showered with gifts, followed by a royal banquet with feasting and reveling long into the night. Oh, to be young. And this is Epirus. If you hit F, it will bring up the Find Locations menu, and you just type in whatever you want, and it'll be able to find it. Okay, and we're going to find out where Epirus is. Epirus. Apparently it's a country. And it is right there on the edge. Cool. Oh, to be young. And Epirus. It is not allied to us, which is interesting. So, okay. And as you can see here, under our diplomacy screen, these are all of our subjects. And they flash as I scroll by them. As you can see there. Alright. This guy and his dream of high office are fairly well known in Phrygia, but recently he has been lobbying more urgently for his suitability and deservedness. While ordinarily we would be able to appoint whomever we like to this post without causing offense or starting rumors, the enthusiasm he has his enthusiasm has put us in a rather awkward position of regarding the incumbent official, which is our son. We should approach this carefully. So I could lose 20 loyalty on my son, who is the heir, which doesn't matter. Or I could lose... so he's a researcher. And what does he... Excuse me, what does he want to be? He wants to be our Epistrategeos, which is basically military maintenance. Honestly, I don't give a damn. And what's his... Yeah, I mean, we could just give him the job. But we lose loyalty with our son, which I'm not really sure how much I want to do. He does have 71 loyalty, so there's that. Loyalty is a measure of a character's loyalty to the state. Disloyal characters are more likely to cause problems to a ruler than loyal ones. However, even the most loyal character have their limits. And he is our successor. And he is the appointed successor. As you can see, he says he is the primary heir to become Basilis and son of the Basilis. This guy is his son, and he is a pretender, which means the game considers him a rival, not necessarily a rival because that's an actual system that they have, but he, if gained support, could become the next ruler over him if he has enough support from the local population. Now, as you can see here, the supporters of our true successor are listed below. So I could lose 20 loyalty on a dude who almost has 100. Or I could lose loyalty on him. The office is best filled with someone who's... yeah, no. We're not going to give it to him. He's a researcher. We need that. Oh, and there's something else we need to talk about. Bad research ratio. So this is an interesting concept that they've introduced in this game. Here, let me turn the thing down so I can just let it roll in the background while we talk. And what this means, stand by, I got to set my navies up. Okay. We need to do this and put him on hunt fleets, and he'll go hunt pirates. As you can see, we got pirates blockading our thing. So now, trade routes coming in. We're definitely going to go ahead and do that. Actually, let's do this. Trade overview. There we go. So much stuff happens, right? Having built the largest empire the world has ever seen, Alexander the Great died suddenly 10 years ago. With no clear successor to the empire, his generals, the Dodici, or successors, have since fought over Alexander's spoils. As the satrap of Phrygia, our ruler Antigonus was not part of most of the great campaigns of Alexander, but in the conflicts of the last decade he has risen to be the most powerful of the successors. Recently, however, we have lost Persia and Babylon to Seleucus, even if we enjoy continued growing influence in Greece. This is Seleucus, by the way. He is in charge of the Seleucid Empire, which is, over here. Which is over here. It's not actually that big, it just looks that big, because, reasons. Yeah, as you can see all this all the gray, yeah, those are uninhabitable parts. So it looks much bigger. Anyway. Our reputation as protector of the free Greek cities has earned us many friends among the smaller Greek states. Otherwise, we now stand alone. If you fail to conquer Corinth, which isn't a place in this game, or lose Ascalon, Antigonia, Chalcis, or Samalis, your empire will splinter when Antigonus dies. And we have gained claims on all over Greece, and these claims will go away all over the world, and these claims will go away upon the death of our second ruler. I don't know where Corinth is. Now, I looked Corinth up on an actual real map, and let me go ahead and hit that, and we would gain, okay, we're going to do that. And Corinth is right here. This is the modern city of Corinth. We don't own this. It is not our subject, so I don't know. It's not actually Corinth if you hit this and Corinth, which is essentially the sea area. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what's going on with that. But it's okay. It's okay. We will figure it out. Oh wow. Why is this guy not hunting fleets? Yeah, we'll send him on his way. Heavy infantry discipline, yeah, we want that. And I think we're gonna build one more heavy infantry here because they're freaking awesome. If you look at their stats, they do pretty well against everything but camel cavalry, horse archers, and light cavalry. And even then, they still stomp the crap out of them. Because light cavalry does negative 50% damage to heavy infantry, and heavy infantry does negative 10% damage to light cavalry. So even though infantry does less damage to light cavalry does so little damage to heavy infantry that it's pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous, let me tell you. Okay. Okay, bad research ratio. Let's talk about this. So we gain research points by having citizens in our cities. As you can see here, in our capital of Antigonia, we have 10 Hellenic Macedonians and 3 Jewish Hebrew citizens. The 13 pops produce 3.55 research points, and as you can see here, it's we gain +5 through stability. Now, the reason they produce this many is if you look at the bottom, outpush efficiency in our city is at 109.2%. The reason is because of average happiness, which is quite interesting. So it's not individual happiness, it's average happiness. It's the capital region, which means it's the region is the capital area, which is the province, and the capital city, which is Antigonia. So it's the capital of the province, it's the capital province, and it's the capital region, and all those bonuses stack, all of them. So if you look at, say, Darkush, if you look here, you notice it's missing a 25% modifier because it is not the capital city, it is only the capital region. So one of the best ways to maximize research and maximize profit in general, especially at the beginning of the game, if you're playing tall in like a really small empire, is to basically funnel all of your citizens and a lot of slaves essentially into your capital region so that that bonus 25% stacks on top of it. It even works for the slaves. As you can see here down at the very bottom, the slaves have a 25% bonus to their output just for being in the capital city, 25% bonus for the capital area, and a 25% bonus for the capital region. Ah, yes. Lots and lots and lots of math. I love it. And so what we're going to do over the course of this playthrough, this first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a couple of these, is we're going to be promoting most of our people to citizens and moving those citizens to Antigonia. And we're going to be leaving a few here or there just because we don't want to depopulate anything, right? Yeah. And most likely we will be moving our slaves to Barbalissos. 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 Yeah, Barbalissos. And the reason we're going to be doing that is so that we can get more and more grain, which will give us more and more pop growth. When I was playing as Rome, my main city, let me see here, in your capital province, check this out. In your capital province of Rome, this right here, is it this one? Yes, it's this one. The province of Nobria. Was it Nobria? Yeah, it was Nobria. I had like 200 slaves in this thing, so it was like 15 grain, and the population growth allowed me to stack like 300 citizens in my main, in my capital city, so that they wouldn't starve to death. It was quite amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and build all those marketplaces. Now, marketplaces are really awesome to have because they give you bonus to tax, bonus to income, and local civilization level. One could argue that there are a lot of places that you could build training camps for manpower. The problem with that is it's, the manpower bonus is so little because each city, I mean, look, this is my capital, and it only gives 9 manpower. That's crazy. That's it. It's just plus 9, and this only gives 10% of that, and it's just. And I mean, it gives total manpower, but that doesn't make your manpower go up any faster when it's low, right? So it definitely kills it. Okay. So basically, training camps are useless in this version of the game. Granaries are pretty good because they give population growth and slave happiness, which you really don't need unless you have just an ish ton of slaves that you're trying to get out. So yeah. All right, let's let the thing go, and hopefully we can get Axel started here. Yeah, we'll get some of them pirates out of the way. Now, essentially, for the first little while in this series, we're just going to be letting the situation chill, because there's going to be a lot that's going to start happening soon. I have played Phrygia once or twice just to see how the beginning unfolds. I didn't want it to get too far, obviously, but we're going to hunt fleets. This is iron, and will earn us 0.5. Look at that. We're now at 16, baby. Yeah. I'm also going to recruit a dude to that army. And we got 6 here, 3 and 3. We're going to recruit to army here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, boa. There we go. All right. Let it roll. And we're pretty much just going to wait for it to unfold. And yeah. We have received an envoy sent by High King Abdhadad Artgad. Atargatid. Ruler of our subject. I can't even pronounce that. He offers our ruler, Basilius Antigonus Monothopalamus, Antigonid, his personal friendship. I apologize for the butchering of all these names, but it's just going to happen. Honestly, I'm probably just going to start making up names. Strengthening our connection with our subject could have its benefits, and indeed it will, and we'll talk about friendships here in just a second, and we're going to accept this friendship between our ruler and the ruler of one of our subjects. Now, here's the cool thing. Anytime you see a flag in this game, you can click on it. Bam! And it'll bring up your diplomacy screen. And if you click on this flag, it will show you exactly where it is, which is right here. And it'll show you all their relationships. And we can see, you know, their opinion of us, our opinion of them, and the loyalty that they have inspired, which is based on all those numbers you can see there. The opinion of the overlord, relative power, our aggressive expansion gives us a negative, and our positive stability gives us a bonus. So if we were to, say, increase stability, their loyalty would actually go up. And in fact, I'm probably going to have to start raising relations with some of our dudes here soon. So we're going to go ahead and accept this friendship, and then we're going to lower the speed a little bit, and then we're going to talk about friends. So you click on the ruler from any of the screens, and you can see here that we have 4 friend slots, rival slots, father, mother, siblings. I don't know why they didn't fill these in with just dead people, but whatever. The spouse, children. So we have one son, and he is married to her, and he has 1, 2, 3 children. And as you can see here, Antigonid, is the primary pretender that we saw earlier on the government screen, right here. And he is the grandson of the Basilius, which is pretty cool. So he is the main rival to his father, which is actually quite awesome. In fact, I quite like how they play the family politics here. The problem is that for right now, especially in republics, none of this really matters. And a lot of it is because it doesn't really have much mechanical application in the game. Like, you could almost completely ignore rivals, friends, and all that stuff as long as you pay attention to who the what was I going to say? To who the successor is, and make sure that they get it. Then that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. So you could ignore most of this and it wouldn't have any problems. And I see my rivals are the Basilius of Egypt, the Basilius of the Seleucid Empire, and the Basilius of Macedon. And those are my rivals. Obviously, they would be my rivals. Oh, look at that, man. He's got finesse +1. It's too bad just doesn't take effect if you're the Basilius. That sucks. That sucks. What does that do? Aggressive expansion change. Alright. Now we have enough for a new invention. And I'm probably going to go for tech speed. Normally, or let's just say this, I was thinking about moving some stuff around in Phryiga to keep that research up and moving some citizens to my main city. We're not going to do that right now. We're gonna try to power as much of it out as we can first. And I still need this. I need just a few more points. Just a few more points, and we can do it. Alright, is this guy up there yet? No, let's speed her up. Speed her up. Alright, I will say I'm going to do this. I'm going to also split our navy so that we have 16 and 16. Ooh, yes. Yes, get a female up in there. And she's 16. Whoo, girl. You go. You go, girl. Alright, and I'm going to put her over here. And we're going to do hunt fleets. And the reason I'm doing that is because... Ooh, here we go. Envoy from wherever is import glass from the province of Lycia. We are not currently exporting it and would gain the following bonuses. 5% research points. And we'll gain 0.6 gold per month. Let's do that. Ah, yes. So one of the things that I forgot to continue to explain was how bad research works. This research efficiency is increased by your total number of... how it works is this percentage is based on the number of citizens versus your total population. So if you have a low citizen population in relation to your total pop, then the research efficiency is low and you get less research points. Whereas if you have a high number of citizens compared to your actual total population, you can get a maximum of up to 300%. And let me tell you, man, when you max out your citizens at 300%, dude, you get like 200 to 300 years ahead of everybody else, and it's pretty crazy. He gains secure, and okay, this guy has relaxed into a particularly easygoing, carefree lifestyle recently. When questioned as to why, he only smiles knowingly and carries on his way. So our Basilius gains secure trait. So if we click on our Basilius, we can see all of his traits here. Actually, you can see the traits of anyone here. So, yes. So you can see he's got discipline, which if he commands something, he gets 5% discipline plus 1 martial. One-eyed, he actually has -1 to martial. Okay, and so he gets secure. What does secure do? Secure is charisma, and if he's a ruler, he gets plus general loyalty. Very cool. I'm assuming that applies to admirals as well. And we're going to go ahead, and this guy's finally up here, so we're going to go ahead and assign him to the area to lower some of that unrest. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to get some salt and some glass. Yes. There's no real reason not to do trade routes unless you're literally trying to strangle one of your enemies, which in all honesty doesn't really work because they'll just get it from somewhere else. And it's just better to have the benefit of the money. Because as you can see, I went from having 10 gold a month to now I'm at 18 gold a month. I could build a whole nother army and it would barely affect my income. And as the game goes on, you'll see that that's really what's going to happen. I'm actually going to build quite a few more armies here. Actually, right now, I'm going to go ahead and build an army. And what we do, and the easiest way I find to build an army, instead of building like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of doing that, what I like to do is build 1, or like say 2, and then we'll do that, and I'll build 2, and then once they're built, they're an entire army unto themselves, and I can build to that army. Pretty cool, right? All right. Now that we have enough points, we actually had enough last month, but now we have enough points, I'm going to go ahead and get a military idea. Morale of armies, trireme cost, reinforcement speed, army morale recovery. Yeah, I think morale of armies is probably going to be the best. And now that we have it, we get, bang, 2 to everything else. So it's going to definitely increase our mana situation there. And we got the national citizen happiness, which means we actually have more research points because of it. And now I can start spending points on promoting people rather than other things. So we go to Antigonia and we go to promote, and we can promote all of these guys once we get enough stuff for it. All right, we've received several dignitaries from Arados, bringing gold and valuables. Apparently, they believe we have been partly to thank for a recent commercial influx in their nation, like editing, please, and want to show their gratitude. Though we are taken somewhat by surprise, we will try to hide our bewilderment and receive the reward with respect and appreciation that is due. Surely, if we want to send their funds our way, we could not possibly say no, could we? The riches will be well spent. Thank you very much, sir. And who are you? Who the hell are you? Is that it? Ardros. Okay, cool. He's got like three cities. Four. Ooh, no. Okay. Age finds us all in the end. Even the priests and the surgeons shake their heads when confronted with the inevitable decline of the human body, as the Basilius is finding out. He may not have much time left, and he gains gout. Oh no, and it's -1 to all 3. Oh, and we can't seek treatment either. It's just gout. And the issue thing about that is that, as you can see here, the we gain so basically how the system works is your mana points are gained by, they take half of your ruler's stats and then go from there. Like Basilius Antigonus gives +4 military to this, even though he has 8 in military. So half of his stat plus the base plus the idea match for the government there on the 3rd line gives us a total of 8 there. And we're just going to go ahead and accept that, because why not? Why would we not? Aha, and here we go. We got our armies. We're going to slow it down a little bit just so we can talk about this and recruit the army. So we have quite a bit of money. Woohoo! We're going to go ahead and okay, boom, 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 boom. One of the things you might want to do, if you didn't know, is this button right here under the trade menu, which is which one is it? F9, and it will allow you to freely trade without worrying about getting rid of any of your bonuses that you have in your capital surplus. Without this clicked, I could get a pop-up that says, "Oh, we want to have your grain, and we're going to take it away, and therefore I'd lose my national bonus to manpower from my grain." If you click this button, you won't lose. They will be unable to even ask you, so you won't accidentally click it, kind of thing. And so you can just basically click happy and look at all the money just pouring in. Okay. So this army, let's go ahead and recruit, and let's go 1, 2, 3. So that'll give us 4 total. All right, bitter feud. The court is bustling with sycophants, cliomets, and pretenders. It is of little surprise, therefore, that 2 of the most ambitious claimants to the throne of Phrygia have found themselves at odds. These conflicts have a way of getting out of hand. Perhaps we ought to step in and limit the potential for escalation. And this is between father and son. Really? Seriously, dudes? Seriously? Okay, let them fight. They will start seeing each other as rivals, which is hilarious. It's not time to squabble like children. We can lose 10 loyalty to both of them, like I care, or we could side with the grandchild and they will start seeing each other as rivals. And Demetrius gains 10 loyalty, and Antigonus loses 20. So I think we're just gonna go this and let them fight it out, or not squabble like children. Excuse me. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and build 4 to here. So that's 3 here. So it's gonna be 4 total, and 4. Then we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hang on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. And we're going to do wood. Yes, let's do that. And same here. We're going to... so much clicky stuff. That's one of the things that's really another criticism of this game, is the fact that there's so much stuff to click that if you misclick, there's no way to go back and read what you did, review what you did, change what you did. You just, if you accidentally click something and it just goes away, then you have no idea what it is, and it's just like, well, whatever. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only want 2 horses. Okay, there we go. We've got 2 brand new armies cooking up. All right. And just in case you're wondering, the gold will fix this. We have issues keeping track of the sapatries, as well as taking care of our people at large, with our bureaucracy stretched thin over our subjects and becoming even more unruly. And as things stand right now, we have to care for one group, as we are unable to control both of them. Either choice will either leave the other displeased and resentful. So we will take care of sapatries, which will give us national unrest +2. We will take care of our people, which will give us loyalty -5. Oh my god, no. Gold! Gold will surely fix this. Yes. And we can't do that all the time, but we can do it a lot. Ooh, inventions. I don't think I want another invention just yet. Mainly because I want to start moving people in the main city here. So we're going to do some promoting of our freemen. There we go. And we are going to move some of our citizens as well to Antigonia. Yes. Antigonia. 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 Alright, and that will just give us more and more and more research points. Can I move another one? No. No, I cannot. Alright, and eventually this little thing will go away. Oh my god, look at all those families that consider themselves school. What happened? What happened? Where did they all come from? Is it because of the women's? Is it the women's? Is that what it is? Did I F myself by allowing women's to work? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What have I done? That sucks. That's a lot of families. Wow. That's a lot of families. And we're letting the time tick on by. Alright, so apparently I can't count. Apparently I can't count. I've got 4, 2, 3. I guess we'll just build more hippies. It's okay. Let's have 4 hippies on that one. We are not currently exporting. It would gain Freeman promotion cost. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Freeman promotion cost. Very cool. So what that means is we can go here and go to Antigonia. And boom. Bam. We're going to use some of our religious power to raise some of that happiness. I'm not going to assimilate because why would I? And we're going to move from these Antigonia. And this is, we're just stacking research. 88 points. 88 points. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Now, is there any place that still has a lot of unrest that I can move my armies? Let's lower the thing so I can unpause it. That's still in. So one of the interesting things that you might you cannot put troops in the province, in your capital province. So in Syria, I cannot bring troops over here and assign them to the region. It doesn't work like that. I don't know why you can't do that, but you just can't. And one of the biggest reasons is because your ruler is the governor, so he has a lot of influence in that area. So he can do a lot of stuff. I mean, there's still 1.97 up there. I mean, there's nothing too crazy. So we're just gonna let it ride for now. And I think this is about blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. I speak English as a first language. I swear to God I do. I think this is going to be about it for this episode today. I want to thank you for watching. If you please like, share, and if you like this content, subscribe, and we will be bringing you more of Making Phrygia Great tomorrow. I guarantee it. And I'll see you then, okay? Peace.